Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin in 10 minutes. 10-minute warning. We will start our program in 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get started. Welcome, graduates and guests. My name is Jeff Carey. I'm an Associate Director of Athletic Academic Services here at the Ncaa Center. Honored to be the MC for today's festivities. We're excited that you all could be with us today to celebrate the wonderful accomplishments of our student athletes and student support personnel. To begin today's program, I'd first like to welcome Davis Babb, Chief Executive Officer of IPTAY, to say a few words.
Thank you. Well, good morning and welcome. I want to say on behalf of IPTAY how much we appreciate being able to be a part of this. This is a special day for all of you. I had the good fortune of meeting a couple of rowing student athletes who were heading out through graduation in the next day or two and hearing a little bit about their next steps. And I just wanted to kind of reinforce that we have watched you and we have cheered for you these last number of years. But you've been doing so many things behind the scenes that we really didn't see, obviously with academics and community service, and you've had internships, and maybe 2 or 3 years into your time here, maybe your focus began to look more forward about what might be next. And I want you to know that hopefully we have been here for you as student athletes, but we will also be here for you through our Block C Club, and we'll talk about that real briefly before I yield the floor. I wanted to say that our part in your journey, I hope, has been impactful. We have 29,000 members in IPTAY who give of their resources, and a lot of people want to know where the money goes, and the IPTAY dollars go in these places. Academic support for our student athletes, all of our student athletes, obviously the cost of athletic scholarships, anything to do with facilities, whether renovated or new, things such as life skills, counseling services, nutrition. We fund the marching band. We fund strength and conditioning. So hopefully in that list right there, you can see that in your daily lives, the IPTAY members have really touched your lives and what you've done. So please know that we care about the total student athlete, and that's just not a cliche. If we've done our job, then we have, as a university, equipped you for what the next step will be. Whatever that might be, we, in a lot of ways, will be judged by whether or not we have prepared you for that next step. I think also for us, as you kind of walk out the door, we want to make sure you remain connected. So our Block C program is something I think that's very important. As young alumni, you've got opportunities to get involved through both IPTAY and the Block C Club, but there's something called the Athlete Network that Block C has developed, and it is a robust platform where our graduates, our student athlete graduates, are actively on there, engaging. They're being communicated with by employers. They're able to get their resumes posted. There's just a lot of good communication in the competitive marketplace that's out there. So I would urge you to think about that as you take your next step. And I'm going to ask a couple of people to stand and be recognized here that I want you to know. One, our Block C director, Bob Mahoney, and our assistant director of Block C and a major gift officer, Jordan Roper. So if they are here, if they would please stand. All right, there's Bob Mahoney and Jordan Roper. Just one statement, and I tell this about Jordan a lot, so I'll embarrass him, but Bob was a wonderful student athlete in baseball and played a little basketball, I recently was told, in addition to your baseball career, Bob. But Jordan stood in front of this group several years ago as a graduating student athlete. He was a young man that came to Clemson from Columbia, was a standout basketball player, and during his freshman year, I believe, he had some real medical challenges. He faced a stroke, and boy, was he ever backed up by Coach Brownell and the support staff behind the scenes with all those services that we talked about that Ncaa could provide. And he made an incredible comeback. He was a starting guard on our basketball team and a leader. He spoke to the group of student athletes like you'll hear a couple student athletes today. He went to the workforce. He worked with Merrill Lynch in Columbia and was just doing an awesome job. And then decided to come back to graduate school here, which he did, worked with Graham Neff, our acting athletic director, and others. And then we hired him in Ncaa. But the ceiling is just, it's unimaginable for young folks, and Jordan's a great example of that. And I see in you the same opportunity. So I would just urge you to truly reach for the stars, look for those opportunities, try to build a network of folks who can be your advocates when you leave here. And I hope that you'll look at us with Ncaa, Block C, and Clemson to help you as you march through your journey. So again, congratulations, number one, huge accomplishment to be graduating, and we just wish you the very best on your next step. So on behalf of Ncaa, thank you.
Thank you, Davis. Next up, we have our acting director of athletics, Graham Neff, to say a few words.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Davis, for the kind words and great stories. Thanks for joining us this morning. And we do have live stream or Zoom going on too. So for those of you who are joining online, thanks for doing so. And for those of you that might be seeing my name for the first time, because it's in your program, I'm really, really excited to stand in front of you today. Normally I've sat in the back, maybe with your coaches and staff, or maybe off to the sides. And so just to have this opportunity in front of you this morning is just really, really exciting for me personally. I've served here at Clemson for 9 years, obviously working very, very closely with Dan Radakovich, who we wish him well as he transitions to Miami. And he's been your athletic director for your careers here. And for what Dan's meant in my life, and I think for yours, is just really, really special. So I have a quick story on that coming up. But I did want to leave you with 2 quick points as we transition, and just because they're timely in my life, and I think for yours. And so as there's great speakers with George and Crystal later on, I wanted to be really quick and share a couple notes. Mentorship and moments. Mentorship and moments. So moments come and go, very special moments. While this is always one of my favorite events, the ability to stand here and change locations in this rooms and professionally change chairs is a special moment for me. I'm experiencing it right now. You're experiencing the changing of chairs in your lives right now. Tomorrow with graduation, the days, months, and years to come professionally, maybe within companies, maybe at career fairs, you've been on one side of the table, you're gonna change chairs, change sides of the table coming up. And so that opportunity to change chairs and what that moment means is very, very special. Enjoy those special moments. Mentorship. I mentioned Dan just a bit ago. Dan has been the key figure and professional mentor in my life. I first met Dan when I was an undergraduate student at Georgia Tech, trying to figure out what I want to do with my career, get a sense of path ahead. Does that sound familiar a little bit? As an undergraduate student, right before I was about to graduate. True story. There's a longer story in there I would love to get into. I'll spare it right now. But as he's been a key mentor in my life in so many ways, You just never know when you're going to meet a key figure or a central figure in your life professionally and certainly personally. Maybe you already have. I know some of you have here at Clemson already, and Davis had even mentioned Jordan Roper. I remember Jordan in this chair standing behind this podium, and maybe in your chair and meeting and spending some time with Jordan. And I like to think for that relationship for me with him has maybe been fruitful, and I look forward to that down the road. And so for you all to think of that moment or that mentor and who you've met, and to be thoughtful and strategic and head on a swivel as you continue to grow those relationships and meet those mentors. Just a few thank yous to wrap up. We have the best administration in college athletics, from our board of trustees, who is there with you and us every step of the way, President Clements, who you'll hear from next. Clemson is just a special, special place. To our Ncaa staff, this graduating class has had so much to overcome throughout their academic careers, and you have stood beside them every step of the way. Matt Lombardi, this is completing his first semester as the director of the Ncaa Center in this building, and so a special first semester to you, Matt. Leslie Marie and your teams, thank you all for all you've done for our students. Our athletic department GPA has been above a 3.0 now for more than 4 full academic years, and our GSR, our graduation success rate, for this most recent cohort is a school record, 95%. President Clements always talks about breaking records. That's a school record. To our graduates, you have embraced every obstacle thrown your way, and you have handled the highs and the lows with grace, humility, and excellence. We've cheered for you on the field and off over the years, and today we get to celebrate with you and your families on the most special of accomplishments, graduation from Clemson. Clemson separates itself with people. We all know this, and this group of graduates is no exception. We're proud of you, of your hard work, and let me remind you, this is only the beginning of changing chairs. You are always welcome at Clemson, and as the late, great Barbara Kennedy Dixon used to say, once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Congratulations, thank you all, and go Tigers. I'll bring up our president, Jim Clements, for his remarks and excitement. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Graham. Good morning. Go Tigers. I'm so excited to be with you today. Congratulations to all of you and your families, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this very special celebration. Let me just begin by saying that I'm really proud of everyone who is graduating tomorrow, from our student athletes to our managers, to our cheerleaders, to our rally cats, to our mascots. You all worked hard and you earned this. Will all of you who are graduating tomorrow please stand so that you can be recognized? I want you to know that I'm really proud of you. And I also want to say that in my opinion, as Graham said, I do think we have the best athletics department literally in the entire country. The truth is, in many ways, we have become the model. We are the model for the rest of the country to follow. We have the best culture, and we have unbelievable talent. I do want to thank Acting Athletic Director Graham Neff for stepping up to lead. We've been going through a few changes lately. Change creates opportunity. Change creates opportunity. And Graham has been an incredible asset to our athletics program for the past 9 years. I'm grateful for the outstanding job he is already doing. Would you please help me thank him for his leadership? I also want to thank CEO of IPTAY, Davis Babb, and his entire team for helping us to raise the funds needed to be successful at this level. Would you please help me thank Davis and his team? And I want to thank all of our coaches and staff. They do a great job, and they deserve our thanks. And I want to give a big congratulations to Coach Noonan, although he is not here today, and our men's soccer team for the recent national championship. Would you please stand and be recognized, gentlemen? Let's go! I had the honor to be there in Cary, North Carolina. Their performance was nothing short of spectacular. Such a great time. So thankful for how you represent us and this university. Clemson has a long history of excellence in soccer, and I'm proud of Coach Noonan and the entire team for carrying on that tradition and for representing us so well on the national stage. By the way, many of you know this, I'm sure you have seen this stat, but Clemson is now the only program in the country with 3 or more national championships in both men's soccer and football. That's a significant accomplishment for this university. Also want to say congratulations to the men's golf team on their ACC championship this past spring. Also, congratulations to the softball team on the regular season ACC title last spring. And congratulations to football on their 7th straight victory over that school down in Columbia. I will be there cheering for you in Orlando. So I've been in higher education for 33 years, just so you know. I'm a first-generation college graduate. I've been in higher ed for 33 years. I've been blessed to have the opportunity to serve as a president in the Big East, the Big 12, and the ACC. Honored to be starting my 9th year as president here at the greatest university in the country. I'm fortunate to know a lot of people in college athletics, a lot of ADs, a lot of coaches are from around the country. And the truth is, without question, we have the very best athletics department, very best coaches, very best staff in the country, and I know we have the very best student athletes in the country. We win on the field, we win in the classroom, and we do it the right way. And for that, I'm incredibly thankful. I do want to thank Dr. Antonius Katsianis for serving as our NCAA faculty athletic rep. That is not an easy job, and it's incredibly time-consuming. We're fortunate to have someone at his level of respect and national recognition in that role, and I'm thankful for the great job he does. Would you please help me thank Dr. Katsianis for his job? Also want to thank Amanda Gray Richardson for the great work she does as an Associate Athletics Director for Compliance. She truly does an outstanding job, and I want to thank Steve Duzan and Matt Lombardi and the entire team in the Ncaa Center. They're a critical part of our success. They do an outstanding job for our student athletes, making sure you succeed. And I'm proud, really proud, that Clemson is a place that makes academic success of our student athletes a top priority. Our academic support team is one of the reasons why, as Graham said, our graduation success rate for all athletic programs is a record high. And yes, Graham, I love breaking records, 95%. We're tied for 3rd among the Power 5 schools and tied for 1st in the ACC for our graduation success rate. 8 of our teams had a perfect 100% graduation success rate. They are baseball, women's golf, men's golf, rowing, women's tennis, women's soccer, men's basketball, and volleyball. Can you please help me give them a round of applause? By the way, for volleyball, this is shocking, unbelievably, and incredibly impressive. They've earned a perfect score for 17 years in a row. How about that for volleyball? So again, many thanks to the fine team in the Ncaa Center for everything they do to help you succeed in the classroom. So we are here today to celebrate you, our incredible student athletes who are graduating from this great university. You'll be graduating tomorrow. I want you to know that I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And you know that I get to as many sporting events as I can. My wife Beth and I go, and we take our daughter Grace, who is a freshman in Clemson Life. She is often there with us, and she is the one screaming the loudest for you. And as much as I love watching you play, and I love watching you compete, I will enjoy it. I will enjoy it even more tomorrow when I shake your hand at graduation as you walk across that stage. There's nothing more special than that. And I know, to be honest, that being a student athlete or being any part of a collegiate team, including in a support role, is a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of discipline. And the amount of time and the effort that you put into all of your sports, you know this, it's like having a full-time job in addition to going to school full-time. So I want to personally thank you for your commitment to academic success and for representing Clemson so well in athletic competition. I'm also thankful that you represent Clemson so well in the community. And I know that you all go on to achieve great things in your lives. You've already demonstrated your abilities and your strong work ethic. And I know for a fact that employers love to have former student athletes when they're hiring new college graduates. I've had several CEOs, actually a whole bunch of CEOs, tell me that over many, many years, because they know that you will make outstanding employees. And I know I actually have several former college athletes in my office. Max Allen, who many of you know, played baseball in college. Lisa Knox was a swimmer. Kat Owens was a basketball player. As athletes, you understand the importance of hard work, and you have a winning attitude. You value teamwork, and you understand that everyone on the team has something to contribute. You value the diversity of skills and talents that it takes to build a winning team or a winning organization. You are highly dedicated, and you understand the importance of personal discipline. You know how to manage your time, and you don't fold under pressure. And most importantly, you don't quit in the face of adversity. All of those qualities that you have developed over the years of playing competitive sports and in your studies here at Clemson prepared you for a great life after college. And you will hear me say this at graduation tomorrow, but it never hurts to say it more than once. As a college graduate, you now have a responsibility. You have to take what you learned here at Clemson, and you have to use it to make the world a better place. Believe in yourself. You all have unbelievable, great God-given talents. Make your life matter and make a difference. I want you to know again, I'm so incredibly proud of you, honored to be here with you today, and I cannot wait to see you at graduation tomorrow. Congratulations again. May God bless you all and your families, and go Tigers.
Thank you, President Clements. Thank you, Graham. Now we will begin our presentation of gifts. All graduates being honored today will receive a gift and a sash to wear during their graduation ceremony. First, we will recognize those who cannot be here with us today. From football, Luke Price and James Skalski. From men's tennis, Jacob John. From women's soccer, Sydney Dawson. And from cheer, Annalise Babcock and Alexandra Fort. Now I'd like to invite up Director of Student Athlete Development, Tori Neiman, to recognize those who have completed the Tiger Leadership Academy. The Tiger Leadership Academy is an intensive 3-year leadership development program for student athletes. Each student athlete being recognized has committed countless hours to their own development and the betterment of their teams, their futures, and those around them. When your name is called, please come up and be recognized. From football, Darian Rencher. From men's golf, Kyle Cottom. From men's soccer, Charlie Asensio, James Brighton, George Marks, and John Martin. Soccer gets it, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. That's a big group. From rowing, Samantha Palmer. From women's soccer, Renee Guillon and Jackson Moeller. From women's softball, Hannah Jo Hyatt. And from women's track and field and cross country, Riley Coggin and Sarah Hill. Congratulations to the Tiger Leadership Academy. Now we will begin with the presentation of gifts. When your name is called, please come forward and receive your gift from your academic coordinator. You will then receive your sash from your coach as demonstrated. After you receive your gifts, please proceed to the side, where you will wait for your teammates, coach, and academic coordinator to take a group picture and return to your seats. First, we would like to recognize our football graduates. I invite head coach Dabo Sweeney, Academic coordinators Catherine Koning and Aaron DeShellis up to honor these graduates. Our December football graduates are Ben Batson, graduating with a degree in communication. Ben will pursue a master's degree. Ty Burris Lucas, a Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management major who will be working at D.R. Horton Construction. Nick Edis, a Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management major who is planning to work for the Drug Enforcement Administration. Braden Galloway, a sports communication major who is still deciding on his future plans. Mario Goodrich, a sports communication major who would like to pursue a career in the NFL or as an actor or as a sports broadcaster. KJ Henry, earning his master's in athletic leadership. KJ is still deciding his future plans. Darnell Jeffries, a Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management major who is still deciding his future plans. Frank Ladson, a communication major who is still deciding his plans for the future. Zach McIntosh, graduating with a degree in criminal justice. Zach plans to teach and coach football. Matthew McMahon, an economics major. He will complete investment banking internships and pursue a master's degree in economics. B.T. Potter, a sports communication major who's planning to earn another degree. And Jake Venables, who will earn a degree in sport communication and plans to pursue a master's degree. The following students will earn master's degrees in athletic leaderships. Darian Rencher, whose future is uncertain but will undoubtedly be successful. Balin Spector, who will go into medical device sales after pursuing an NFL career. Will Spires, who plans to pursue a career in the NFL. And Nolan Turner, who is still deciding his future plans. Congratulations to our football graduates. Now we will recognize our men's basketball graduate. I'd like to invite up academic coordinator Leslie Moreland and head coach Brad Brownell. Our graduate from men's basketball is Nick Honor, who is graduating with a degree in communication and will pursue a master's degree. Congratulations, Nick. Leslie, please stay, and I'd like to invite assistant coach for men's golf, Joey Maxson, up to the front. Our men's golf graduate is Kyle Cottom, a management major who plans to pursue a professional golf career. Congratulations, Kyle. We will now recognize our graduates from the National Champion Men's Soccer Program. I'd like to invite up Assistant Coach Phil Jones and Academic Coordinator Lindsay Ricketts. Our men's soccer graduates are Oscar Agren. Majoring in economics, Oscar plans to pursue a professional soccer career. Carlos Asensio, majoring in sport communication, Charlie will pursue a professional soccer career. James Brighton, a criminal justice major who will work for Relutech, a software company in Atlanta. Felipe Fernandez Salvador, an economics major who plans to pursue a professional soccer career. Alvaro Gomez, a history major who is still deciding his plans for the future. George Marks, a psychology major who will pursue a professional soccer career. John Martin, a health science major who plans to go to medical school. And Giles Thaxter, a mechanical engineering major who is still deciding his future plans. Next, I'd like to invite Eddie Radwanski, head coach for women's soccer, and academic coordinator Adam Hayden. Our women's soccer graduates are Renee Guillon, a graphic communications major who plans to pursue a professional soccer career. Hensley Handcuff, a sports communication major who plans to enter the National Women's Soccer League draft. Abigail Hanks, a criminal justice major who will pursue a graduate degree at Villanova. And Jackson Moeller, a sport communication major who plans to pursue a career in sports. Congratulations to our women's soccer graduates. Adam, please stay, and I'd like to invite Senior Associate Athletic Director Natalie Honan to recognize our volleyball graduate. Our graduate is Crystal Childs, a criminal justice major who has another year of eligibility and will pursue a graduate degree in sports administration. Congratulations, Crystal. Now I'd like to invite JT Mellendick and Sarah Jo Lawrence, academic coordinators for track and field cross-country program, as well as assistant coach Sean Kobe, up to the front. Our graduates from the track and field cross-country program are Riley Coggin, an accounting major who will pursue a master's in accounting. Nikki Foster, a Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management major who will return for her final season of eligibility and finish a second degree in sociology. Veronica Fraley, a health science major who will pursue a master's in biomedical science at Vanderbilt University. And Sarah Hill, a psychology major who will pursue an MBA and represent the women's track and field program at Bemidji State University. Let's give this group a round of applause. Next, I'd like to invite up head coach from women's softball, John Rittman, and academic coordinator, Kayla Velasquez. Our graduate from softball is Hannah Jo Hyatt, a Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management major who will pursue a master's in athletic leadership. Congratulations, Hannah Jo. Kayla, please stay. And now I'd like to invite head coach for rowing, Stephen Fraser Wong, up to the front. Our graduates from rowing are Kelsey Javiski, a biological sciences major who plans to work as a clinical medical assistant, then continue her education to become a physician's assistant. Isabella Dudley, a marketing major who will be working for Koch Industries in Atlanta, Georgia. And Samantha Palmer, a genetics major who is planning to work for U.S. Homeland Security. Let's give this group a round of applause. From Spirit Squads, I'd like to invite up head coach Tori Palcinello and Kevin Kennedy, Director of Internal Operations for Athletic Academic Services. Our graduates from the cheer program are Jacob Cameron, a mechanical engineering major who will be working as an applications engineer for RBC Aerostructures. And Brooklyn Holland, a bioengineering major who is still deciding on future plans. Our Tiger mascots are Rachel Christensen, a biological sciences major who plans to pursue a career as an MD. And Aaron Johnson, a Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management major who plans to work as a recreational therapist. And from the Rally Cats, our graduate is Chloe Southmaid, a landscape architecture major who plans to pursue a career as a landscape architect. Congratulations to this group of graduates. Kevin's going to stay up front and be joined by Director of Equipment for Football, Abe Reed, to recognize our graduating team manager, Jacob Salzman, a financial management major who is still deciding on future plans. Congratulations, Jacob. At this time, I'd like to recognize our student athlete speakers and invite the first one up, George Marks.
Thank you, Jeff. And thank you, everyone, for being here. It's fantastic to see so many familiar faces and new faces out here in the crowd. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is George Marks. I'm a psychology major, and I am the goalkeeper for the 2021 national champion Clemson men's soccer team. I think upon thinking about this speech, I'm probably going to use that as a preface to every time I say my name for a few more weeks. It's still pretty fresh for me, so apologies if everything I say today is through that scope. So when I was thinking of ideas and things to say and stories to come up with to show my maturation as a man and as a student athlete, one kind of came to mind that showed my naivety when I first came here. So just to take you into Mark's dining room table conversation circa 2017. So I'm a junior in high school, trying to decide where I'm going to go to school. So it's come down to Duke and Clemson, two fantastic institutions. My parents are giving all the illustrious reasons why I should maybe go to these two schools, and I'm there in my own head, super confident at the time, thinking that I know everything, and I have absolutely simplified it to I'm going to pursue my academic career at Duke, or I'm going to pursue my athletic career at Clemson. And obviously, I chose my athletic career at the time. And as funny as that sounds, I consider myself so lucky because I think it's very rare that you can make such an ill-informed, gross oversimplification and it be the best decision of your entire life. And I just have so much gratitude for everyone in this room, every staff member who I've interacted with, because you all are the reason why that was such a good decision, even though it was terribly informed. And I think I'd be remiss to not thank some of those people. So just to name a few, I was told to not thank everybody, which was really tough, so I'm definitely going to miss a few. But the most notable ones who come to mind, my coaching staff, Coach Noonan, who couldn't be here unfortunately today, Coach Rodriguez, Coach Jones, Coach Pierce, and our Director of Ops, Rob, for developing me as a player and as a man, obviously. And then Rick Franzblau, Mike Bruno, our weight training staff, for making me a lot tougher through the good and bad times that we had together. Raz, our trainer, for keeping it light and keeping us healthy, the entire team. Luckily, I didn't have to spend too much time with you, but fantastic man, and so happy that you could include your family in everything we do as a team. Corey Schaefer for helping me develop my mindset, our sports psychologist. Everyone at Student Athlete Development, namely Tori and Anthony, for their friendship and helping me use all the resources and develop off the field as well as on the field. Christina Weston at Nutrition, helping me utilize every resource that we had as well. Creative Solutions, Matt Camp, Jackson Sternberg, everyone who helped us with social media and making us look a lot cooler than we actually are. All of the Ncaa staff, all of you are so wonderful, all of you who I've interacted with. Some of you a lot, some of you a little, but seeing all of your smiling faces every day is incredibly inspiring, as well as every professor I've had through the good and bad times with that as well. And then the biggest shout out I'd like to give is to our academic advisor, Lindsay Ricketts. I think you're back here somewhere. Here you are. This woman is one of the most inspiring human beings that I've ever gotten the pleasure to be around, a team mother, and the grace and patience that you treat us in the baseball team with every single day through all of the unbelievable things that we bring into your office is completely inspiring. So I thank you for that. But yeah, those are just a few of the people. But there's been so many people who have left an immeasurable impact upon me as a human being and as a player here at Clemson. And like I said, I'm going to stick with the scope of the national championship. I had so many feelings and reflections throughout the tournament where sometimes it felt like it was so hard, but it was going to be destiny that we were going to win it this year. This group of boys. Seniors that had been through so much, and when I came back to it reflecting, logically it made sense, because when you have such an amazing group of people from staff to players all pulling so graciously and relentlessly for one another, good things are always going to be bound to happen. So we were lucky enough that resulted and capitulated in a national championship, but we were always going to develop as human beings, and we were going to win, whatever that looked like. And then one of the last things I'll say is I had this idea of when we were pursuing a national championship of what that was going to look like, and that I was going to have all these feelings that resolved everything and tied it up perfectly with a bow, and that it would maybe wipe away all the sadness that I have for leaving this place that I love so much. And the thing that I've come to realize is that that's not the case. because the thing that meant so much to me was the journey of pursuing that goal with these boys in the front row here, who are my best friends and will be for the rest of my life, and obviously this staff here as well, and everyone who I've been lucky enough to build relationships with. So in the days since the win, I've realized that it was the worthy pursuit of that goal, and it was the journey that meant so much to me. Developing as a man along the way has been just an added benefit. The daily moments of being united with people in this room, people who aren't in this room, moving towards common goals, building relationships, and that was the thing that was so special to me. But again, for the last time, I'd just like to thank everybody, and for the last time as a student athlete, but forever, I'd just like to say, go Tigers.
Next up, we have Crystal Childs from women's volleyball.
Wow, well, congrats again to the soccer team. That's amazing. And, you know, everybody loves George, so it's really hard to follow that up. But thank you guys for letting me speak today. Like he said, my name is Crystal Childs. I am a graduating senior on the Clemson volleyball team and graduating a semester early, but it has been nothing but blessings being here. So I'm so honored today to be celebrating our accomplishments and our upcoming graduation. Like, wow, where did time go? It feels like it was just yesterday. We were all freshmen moving into our dorms, struggling to find our classes and making sure we made it on time before we got marked absent. Hours we spent in Tripoli and tutoring, all the time that we spent in and out of Neary, in the new bistro, and playing in our first collegiate games. When we first came to this school, we were all pulled out of our comfort zones, stepping into a new environment with new rules, new teammates, new teachers, and new peers. But we became a community with friends and now family, and we all tackled it head on. Now look at us. We went from walking across Library Bridge to walking across the graduation stage tomorrow. We made it to the end. We made it through the morning workouts, the long practices, the home and away games, the wins and losses, all while having hours of homework, exams, projects, and other school commitments. We as student athletes understand we are always students to the game, but now we are accomplished students to this university. I am so incredibly proud of every single one of you because being a student athlete is not an easy task, but being a Clemson graduate is even harder. Today is a milestone that tells you how far you've come, so keep learning, keep trying, keep accomplishing, and keep venturing out throughout your journey. We have all created such an everlasting impact here on our programs. With the wins and losses and everything that we dedicated, your time at Clemson has not gone unnoticed. Your coaches, teammates, and the Clemson community are so proud of every single one of you. So wear this stole so proudly because it demonstrates your relentless pursuit of excellence, all while playing for this university. Thank you guys for not only making my time here amazing, but experiencing everything Clemson has to offer with me. We are a powerful, inspiring, hardworking group who knows the sky's the limit. Graduation is not the end for us. It is instead a part of the larger journey of life. Wherever our future takes us, just remember, this may be the end of chapter 1, but as you flip the page, chapter 2 begins. As our journeys continue separately, unfortunately, just know we will always have the bond of the class of 2021 Clemson student athletes and athletic family. We all wore the Tiger Paw so proudly on our chests for years, and we will always be a Clemson Tiger. This is not a goodbye to one another. Just know that it's a see you later. Thank you guys for everything, and I'm so proud of you. Good luck tomorrow.
Great job. Thank you so much, George and Crystal. To close our program today, I'd like to invite up Associate Athletic Director for Athletic Academic Services, Matt Lombardi, to say a few words.
Thank you, everyone. Great job, Crystal and George. That was fantastic. This is usually the most unenviable speaking part of the program because you guys do such a great job, and it is again this year. So thank you for setting me up like that. Before I get into my prepared remarks, I'm going to continue the soccer program Love Fest with one more acknowledgement. John Martin was awarded the NCAA Elite 90 Award. This is awarded to the student athlete with the highest cumulative GPA at the NCAA championship site for each sport. John is just the 4th ever Clemson student athlete to win this award. He is graduating with a perfect 4.0 in health science, so I just want to take a minute to recognize John for that. Get up, John. And to George's point of his best ill-informed decision, is there a better example of being able to do both at the highest level than what we've seen from our men's soccer program and all of the graduates here with the championships and the degrees and your future plans? It's amazing. So thank you for continuing these great traditions and the successes of our student-athlete graduates. So into my prepared remarks. First of all, thank you, Jeff, for emceeing this event, and thank you to all the Ncaa staff, especially Kevin Kennedy and Shelly Gear for really coordinating the entire event. So all the work that goes into making this a seamless event to this point. So thank you to you all. Also, of course, want to thank President Clements for your words and prioritizing your time to be at this event each and every semester. Your leadership and vision for our university is inspirational, and we appreciate it greatly. So thank you, President Clements. All right, my last round of thanks will go to the parents and families that are both here or watching online. Thank you for sharing your sons and daughters with us over the years. Trusting us to guide them, their growth. It really means a lot for them to be here with us. And myself, I have an almost 2-year-old and a 4-month-old, and I am extremely proud when my daughter goes down the slide by herself and my son gets to his side now. I can't imagine what the parents are feeling watching your kids graduate. So graduates, let's thank our parents and families, please. All right, so moving on. So I don't want to take too long, but as we close, I want to address our soon-to-be graduates about what I'm going to say is the value of a 4-year degree in contrast to the value of higher education. I worked with football for 9 years before being promoted into my current position, so most of you met with me during recruiting. If you paid attention, you should remember some of this, but the value of your degree in contrast to the value of higher education. This might be your last lesson as a Clemson student, all right, so listen closely, please. Depending on the study you reference, it's well reported that graduates from 4-year schools will, in their lifetime, earn between $750,000 to $1 million more than non-graduates. Those earning graduate degrees, and there are a handful of those people here as well, stand to earn upwards of $1.5 million more over the course of your career. Can't understate that. That is impactful, that is huge, that is important. But these economic and financial values of a degree are not the ones I want to highlight today. In recent years especially, I've found myself debating with students about the value of their degree. I can start my own business without a degree, they say. I can make money on social media without a degree if I get verified. And there are plenty of examples of people out there without a college degree who have become rich, financially stable, famous, in short, have found a path to what we've always sold as the economic value of a degree without doing what you all just did. All right? Here's where the value and the value of higher education trumps those others. Short participation exercise for our graduates. Raise your hand if you are from South Carolina. Raise your hand if you're from anywhere but South Carolina. All right? Raise your hand if you're from somewhere outside the United States. All right? Raise your hand if you've had a teammate from somewhere outside the United States, or a teammate from the North, the West Coast, the states in the middle. All right? All right? That little exercise, I think, really shows the value of higher education. All right? It's very intentionally, higher education very intentionally includes collegiate athletics in your experience as a student athlete. So it comes over the 3, 4, 5 years of diversity of thought, culture, experiences, and values that you've all had here. As a student athlete, as a team member, to be successful, individual differences are not merely tolerated or accepted as being different. They're put in a pressure cooker, right? All right? Everything has to be on the table so that we can learn to respect, embrace, and understand each other in order to accomplish a common goal. So most of us are familiar with buzzwords like soft skills, social and emotional learning, emotional intelligence, and so forth. You all have those things in spades, all right? And there's no doubt that you'll be great employees because of it. But more important than that, these skills have hopefully given you a foundation to be better coworkers, better neighbors, community members, and citizens in our ever-evolving global society. So when you shake President Clements' hand tomorrow and receive your diploma, when you hang it in your office or home in the future, whenever you look at your diploma, whether it says finance, engineering, communication, PRTM, or management, remember that it represents not just your field of study, but the entirety of your experience at Clemson, athletically, socially, and academically. And you have not just earned a degree, you have not just earned a piece of paper, but have had an educational experience that has positioned you to be successful in life. So, congratulations again, go Tigers, and now, if you would please stand with me, and we will sing the alma mater together one more time.
This concludes our program. Feel free to hang out, take photos, enjoy the space. Congratulations, and thank you all very much.